Hey, what up, guys? It's been a bit since my last video. 2 months, actually. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded anything. But do plan to upload some vids for May. Star Wars Day's coming up. I know I did my original review on episode 4 on last Star Wars Day last year. And I deleted that, so I'm going to redo it. With episodes 5 and 6 as well. And possibly the other trilogy as well. Possibly the prequel trilogy as well in the future. But now, today, I'm reviewing this Indiana Jones. I got the complete collection. Well, kind of complete collection. This is an older version because it's technically outdated now because we got downloaded this on DVD and Blu-ray. I don't know how the Blu-rays it is yet. I plan to buy the Blu-ray version at some point in the future. Yeah, I'm viewing the first film, Raiders of the Lost Ark, which was not even called Indiana Jones. It was just titled Raiders of the Lost Ark. And well, there's a reason why these first 4 films are not on Disney Plus. They used to be, but mostly Disney has issues with the licensing and stuff. Because, well, yes, it was distributed by Paramount, even though it was created by Lucasfilm. And Disney owns Lucasfilm, so they technically share partnership. But I don't think they can put it on any of their streaming services, as far as I know. I imagine they watch it there easier. So, yeah, Indiana Jones was created by George Lucas and directed by Steven Spielberg, I think. Ah. Yeah, it has his name attached to it. Spielberg has worked with Lucas. Of course, Lucas is one of the great masterpiece, the epic trilogy in Star Wars from 1977 to 1980. Was that every 2 or 3 years? Yes, some trilogies released a specific part. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings trilogy actually released a year apart from each other. I'm not joking. First one released in 2001, second 2002, and third 2003. I was really way too young to see those films back then. If I watched those films when I was a kid, I would have probably enjoyed them. Because I wouldn't care about runtimes back then. I actually enjoyed Indiana Jones a little more. I got a channel called Jurassic Reviews, which might be a temporary name now, because I discovered there's another YouTuber with the same name. Of course, we cover different content. It was just a mass coincidence we decided to have the same name. And that YouTuber has a lot more subscribers. So they're very popular. Now, I'm gonna think of another name at some point. Shame, really. I like Jurassic Reviews. It's a good name. So as you know, Indiana Jones films were great, at least in classic trilogy. But starting with 2009, I think it was 2009, we had two massive flops. That was the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and Diamond Destiny. But Indiana Jones seemed to become a bit more popular now, thanks to the recent release of the Great Circle, I think it's called. Which is a new game that came out that's currently available on Xbox Series. Currently available on the Xbox console. PlayStation a release date for PlayStation has not yet been confirmed, but sometime this year, 2025. So if you want to get a good grasp of the game, I recommend you play the Xbox version. All these are PC port. I think it's available on PC. I'm not sure if it is. I recommend you play it there if you're a PC player, just to get a feel of the game. I haven't played it myself, even though it takes place after the events of the first movie. So, I've never really seen the first film either. Last time I watched, I went up to the second film. I covered it on my main channel, Cho Henshin, back when it was Time Lord 18. Back when that channel wasn't exclusively covering Tokusatsu. But I changed that to actually just do that. I have my Jurassic Park reviews and all over there either. I worked sorry. It was the final film in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And the Hobbit trilogy is coming tomorrow. So I'll review that in the next 3 days as well. So, yeah, subscribe to Jurassic Reviews and Shin Megami Film Reviews. Because I also had to release a lot more reviews on the Resident Evil films. So, yeah. Going here because it's not really based on anything. It's just the original concept created by George Lucas and Spielberg. And yes, I made sure to check. Paramount's still credited too. But imagine Disney bought Paramount. They own Nickelodeon, all its content. Ugh. Imagine that SpongeBob will be theirs. Oh, they might be better managers than Nickelodeon. They're the actual heads of Nickelodeon. Because they goddamn up. Right, sorry. I haven't talked about the film yet. When did the scare come off? Sorry. Let's get into the movie. So the movie opens up in, I think, Africa, not sure. Where we introduce the protagonist as a man amongst his guides to a treasure. Because also get killed on the way, and we're probably introduced to Indiana Jones, played by Harrison Ford, who before this starred in the iconic film Star Wars and its 2 sequels, and came out reprises his role as the character of Han Solo in episodes 7 and 9. Yeah, I definitely want to cover the Star Wars films at some point. I definitely plan to, anyway. At least cover the original trilogy for May. And then eventually the prequel trilogy, and then the sequel trilogy. So, I'm going to focus on my building up my book channel. I was going to finish up the Lord of the Rings reviews. Well, I eventually move on to the Hobbit. So, anyway. Most of those guys and they get killed except for one. As they managed to find the treasure, and we get the most iconic season film. The iconic swapping items to see, not try the same size to try not to trigger a trap. It's almost well-referenced of the entire series. It's almost one of us to be referenced. So, anyway, after after one of the most iconic scenes, Indy ends up again. Surgery got wept out of him. Lies by arch nemesis, by his arch nemesis. Ballo, I think his name was. Why don't I ever write this stuff down? Seriously. Yeah, but Indy managed to escape. Alright, because that last guy double crossed him. So, Balor. Yes. Anyway, as he escapes with Exo we learn a bit about him here. He's not a fan of snakes. Or was one animals in the character. Recently, around last year, I think, or was it 2023? Lego remade some Indiana Jones sets for a limited time. Did not bother to create new sets. I managed to buy one set, and it comes on this film. So, I'm really ashamed. I never got really ashamed. I never got those sets at the time. How? Like seriously, I was got the Lego Suzuki game, but I was shocked at it. Because because I, didn't listen to read the instructions. I was an idiot child. Apologies when you're I can't fucking help it. It's very annoying. It comes out of nowhere sometimes for no fucking reason. I don't even feel tired. So, after that scene, we see Indy as a a teacher at a college, basically university. So he's a university teacher. He's a bachelor degree as an archaeologist. A relative who works at the school comes in saying there's some two army soldier guys who want to talk to him. Basically, asked Indy to help collect the Ark of Covenants that's been discovered in Egypt. Also, in Cairo. Why? Maybe so the Germans don't get their hands on it. Right, probably should explain. This takes place before World War II, so around the mid to late 30s. Or was it the early 30s? I know the second film takes place a year prior to it. There's never that's kind of a problem when they don't, they can't explain what happened to some characters. When they are doing the events of the first film. Is it prequel for the second goddamn entry? What the hell kind of decision was that? That could easily be set after the first film. Oh, well, the line of dialogue explains a bit. Oh well. So, yeah, Indy agrees. Sleep's powerful. We measure someone called Marion. Indy heads to Cairo, not knowing he's been what. So the other soldiers are already there. So you know who he is too. So Indians are headed to a place in India where we meet Marin, who's really who's good for alcohol. No tricks involved. We learned that we kind of guessed they had history, but she hated D. 10 years ago, she fell in love with Indy, but since Indy kind of used her, so yeah, a bit of a dick. But he's not a bad person. We know that. Oh, she really hates him. And he's after some another medallion. And send her back to. She says to come for it tomorrow. In the release. A bit later. Some German soldiers, later someone called Fuhrer, I think, comes in. And basically tries to torture Mary, but Indy comes into the rescue. They need to have a fight in the bar. When the German soldier does eventually try to take medallion, but burns his hand because it was in fire at the time. Anyway, the bar ends up getting destroyed, which Mario knows. Basically, Campus, and well, India was called with $5,000 she gained. So ends up she and India end up working together. So yeah, I gotta step that. So the two head off to Cairo. When Indy meets up with an old friend of his. Anyway, the friend reveals that the Germans had hired another archaeologist, Balo, guy from earlier. That French bastard. Indy was only helpless. But they soon they won't be able to find that location because they had the battalion. So anyway, Indy moving on to town. Because they're being attacked by thugs hired by the German soldiers. And obviously, Balo. He has very way again connections. He's a smug son of a bitch. Goes in a war fight. And well, Monkey Demon earlier ends up snitching on Marion, revealing her location she was hiding, and then her getting captured. And he's trying to chase her, trying to get her back. We also get one of those iconic, funny scenes of the swordsman just swinging his swords out to demonstrate, and he just pulls out his gun and shoots him. It's quite funny. Hey, they try to get away from Marin, but Indy kills the truck driver that Marin's when it explodes, seemingly killing Marin. And he's suppressed. And he ends up having a brief interaction with Mallow. But eventually escalate. Indy's kind of saved by Spencer's kids. And Indy's not a bad person, we know that. But stuff he still does is to donate to museums. After that, too big about what to do. Not knowing the dates, which is a type of fruit, so then you get not poisoned. Before, and the monkey ends up eating it again, dose of karma. I think it's unintentional to do that. And they too figure out that they're digging in the wrong spot. So working together, they manage to find a location to use the medallion. And he goes in and uses the medallion to find the location of the Ark. So as it turns out, Indy ends up finding Marin alive. And he does find her, but of course guards will come, he no choice to leave her tied up. This man tries his own way of escaping. As they manage to find the right location of the Ark, Marin ends up escaping, and she ends up sent down the tomb with Indy to die. I think Indy's friend got killed. No, he survived. It's in his scenes, but working together, they managed to get out. And we were playing with Gaia again, beheaded by the blade. So the two chase down the truck that has the Ark. Managed to get it back. As in his Bible says, ranges a boat. Seems like everything's okay, but little did he know the captain was actually working with the Germans. And so Marin get captured, Indy escaped. Eventually calling them at where they plan to open the Ark. Say to be power god. But he couldn't destroy it, so ended up getting captured too. As the German soldiers looked in the Ark, Marin and Indy did not look. Alice's one will go, and well, if you don't know, in America this film was rated PG-13, which is the UK equivalent of being rated 12. I just checked the date. No, it's actually rated regular PG, the first one. Okay. I just check in the DVDs, and the original trilogy is rated PG, while Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is rated 12. I don't know why they don't put both ratings on the fucking cover. It's just that some are rated PG and some are not. I guess A stands were really trained for us. And again, I do live in the United Kingdom, which had a film for kids that is incredibly violent. I am not joking. Have you ever heard of Watership Down? Haven't? Look it up. Like, how's that film for fucking kids? Jesus Christ. Now, Brits had a cartoon, a TV show aired on CBBC with a lot of violence in it. Again, not joking. Jesus Christ. I'm glad I did not grow up in that fucking era. I've been traumatized. So anyway, you get the most gruesome scenes which urge its PG-13 rating. It pushed the boundaries of that. As the German as the Germans die and similarly bellows while die in the most gruesome way possible as the flesh melted. I'm not gonna explain more of that. You just had to watch this clip yourself. Goes the Lego game TT saw sense of that. So once I complete the visual trilogy, I can play the D8 game because I haven't played that game in years. I would be more familiar with films than I did back then. So yeah, since Indy managed to get the Ark into a museum. Mouthful. Well, yeah, Marion ended up seeing the rekindle relationship and the film, supposedly. And that was Raiders of the Lost Ark, the very first film in the Indiana Jones film franchise. Again, it is great. I should have paid more attention now. I don't know why I didn't. So, this may come up. I may rewatch this in the future for properly pay attention, hopefully. Hopefully. But yeah, I can't wait to Well, I will. Well, after I watch the second one, I'll be watching the third film. I don't know when I'll be watching the second film. Maybe tomorrow after I do my usual. After I've done the third, final film in the World of the Rings trilogy, and the next Jurassic Park film, finish up that trilogy, and then the next film with the Resident Evil, in the Anderson Resident Evil films on my game channel. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please like the button. Want to see more? Subscribe channel. Look, I'll be a date with good picture. And if you have not seen the series, it's not available. If it's not available on streaming services in your country, probably try to use a VPN. If it's, I think it should be available in some countries, maybe. I'm not sure, but if you can't use a VPN, I recommend you just buy the whole physical release on either DVD or Blu-ray. I don't want DVD to be obsolete. Again, Blu-ray is more high quality, but they're a little more expensive. DVDs are a little cheaper. So, yeah, but maybe I'll get the Blu-ray versions to watch to see their better quality. So, thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Simon Master out.